What the fuck was I doing here? Oopa. Ooh, Spruce Marine. Back.
Oh, to see them cut down. Monsters unclean.
Now, the bearings near Gosring and Lehman Ross. So the space wolf of Fenris.
Fenris Yoda, mortal. You know the old words. Good words.
Why is his voice so modulated?
Strong as a rock. Sharp as the blade of a force axe. Deadly as a kraken's tooth.
Why is it all fucking... He's riding snugly with greenery beard. It's the deep chilling voice of this man. But he's got like a reverb on him, and I don't know why. I like skirted his twisted arms. Yeah, no language does. Try to join the singing. Words rise up naturally to your mind.
You are one who has supped the mjord of the Skjalds, I see. In the long haul, some of my brothers would be eager to tell you of their exploits, so that you would sing a song. I am a wolf.
Why is there a fucking, like, reverb on its voice? That doesn't make fucking sense.
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronis Expanse. There was a battle. The young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by sides unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The Song of Swords.
Okay.
Was that clear enough? That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he? Or do they know nothing of the Emperor's angels? For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will. Who are you to offer me help? You stink of Xenos.
I wonder
I
if
see you are
you've been
friendly
like pure
terms with
dogmatic if
them.
he'll come and like
You
help.
are not sitting in a cage, and you... A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat. And why do you want to know? To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals.
I would very much like a fucking space marine. Alright. Who else do I have left to get? Hendrix and Cassia.
They will see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
I can't talk to that little cunt boy. This goes to the air. Right.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Why can't I go to the arena? Oh god, do you have to go from your shit-ass base? What the fuck?
You came back
shit.
from the dark, Elentark, unharmed. My body has already healed. The wounds of the soul will heal one day too. And yet, neither rest nor our reconciliation can soothe the savage turmoil in my soul. Kruderak is lost. We are trapped. And the truth remains as hidden from me as ever it was. I was meant to share your fate, Elentark, and vanish in the Dark City's rotting underbelly. But the Fleshmaster gave a different order. His twisted mind was beset by a question. Could a child of Asuryan be saved? I donned the Executioner's mantle. They allowed me to keep my Spirit Stone in exchange for the suffering of others. I survived, prayed for Asuryan's mercy, and hoped to escape before the stone. I tried to learn to trust you, Elentark. Whatever your motives, you did not turn away from me, and you helped me search for my kin. But despair ate at me from within. The human journeys through the realm of She Who Thirsts left my soul drained, and our attempts to save the children of Kruderak crumbled to nothing in the unending coldness of the dark cosmos. And even when I beheld a piece of Kruderak, which is why I tried to find my dark cousin on the day he attacked Argonis. I used the commotion to slip away unnoticed, and wandered the streets like a shadow in search of its owner. My efforts were futile. I returned to the palace in confusion. That monkey Achilles. There was something wrong about him. He kept disappearing at night, so one day I followed him. Achilles was contacting Marajai, using an artifact that
Son of a
transmitted his
bitch.
master's orders. That is how I learned that the burnt monkey was about to betray you. Which meant my only chance to discover the fate of my homeworld was about to slip through my fingers. I could not wait any longer. I killed Achilles, took the artifact, and demanded answers from Marajai. He hinted at where I could go to look for the truth. My words will hardly console you, Elentark, but I killed the traitor. I fear the Dark Ones left too many scars on his fragile soul. Your loyal monkey broke, so I gifted him a swift death, free from the shame of betrayal.
This sounds horrendously demeaning. Like this last section, like we went through it and you didn't learn anything. Like,
Alas, my cousin fell out of favor with the Archon. But even so, I doubt Marajai would reveal the truth. Kamora. This city grinds down the will of the strong and torments any who get tangled in its dark web. The fools are the first to die, and the shrewd perish regardless. An ancient and powerful Drukhari named Asdrubal Vecht, the supreme
Asdrubal,
overlord
shit.
of the Cabal of the Black Heart, who reigns over all of the Drukhari with an iron fist. My dark kin consider him to be a living god. Much like your emperor on the Golden Throne, Vecht sits upon a throne of darkness and suffering. That there are no other cities, Elantark. The Dark City has no bounds. It is a tangle of countless nightmare domains subject to a single ruler. An endless amalgamation of ever-changing and immutable dimensions. You cannot grasp its tenebrous grandeur, for even my life will not be long enough to visit all corners of the Dark City and the realms that border it. But come on. The Dark City is pierced by millions of spires, and a webway gate may be hidden in any of them. It is the only way out of this place, and an impossible But do I have the... Elantark. I promised that I would no longer hide my worries behind an icy wall of pride and doubt. And so I want to explain myself. Not here. The words of my...
ooh. Okay, so now I don't like that it's not fucking voice. Yeah, trusted my kid. Yeah, he ain't your king, bitch. Filled with hope and the thought never crossed my mind. No shit, they've costed us too much. Mm-hmm. This place been the murder. So, I can talk to everyone here. Okay. Oh, she's down here? No. Right.
Wait, you're serious? The thing is, Lord Captain, my neighbors from behind the door have come roaring back into my sick little mind. They must have missed me, because they're noisier than ever now. Looks to me like we're up to our necks in every type of shit, no? It's harder than usual to pick out anything specific. With all these... The threads are very tangled. Some of them are woven together, but each one is trying to pull in its own direction. You must listen well to the strange melody and step in time with it. Little time is left to gulp down the bloody...
Ooh, Bella.
For we are thy blades, washed in blood and darkness. You. That sounds so strange, considering how many knees were made. Can you be sure you are talking to the same woman? And now, just when I need the blood-spun web the most, my family, my pillar, is so... But you don't feel this petrifying fear, do you? Your world and the world of the Xenos aren't all that different, are they? Both are full of duplicity and masks that cover fake aspirations and a hunger for pleasure. Are you, Domin? We are trapped in a waking nightmare that scorns all that is holy. Our bond, Domin. Our bond was a mistake. I can't part whatever has stretched the thread between us. We must stop it. It blurs our reason, robs our thoughts of their cold clarity, makes us lose the path through the labyrinth. The Vizier told us. I must return to the labyrinth, perform the dance, spin new threads, remind myself of the blood-spun web, restore my spirit. I will make this journey by myself. I'm sorry, but I need some time.
You bitch.
Lump here, and here. And what the throne is this? Bloody Frakes gutted my dog out. Rogue trader. He has already done all he can, but there is no way to extract some unknown Drukhari filth out of Galato while we're in the field. I need to tell you something about my past. If you care to listen, that is. It's about what really pushed me into the pit of anger.
I started in the same squad even though they returned to Emerson. He welcomed his comrade. We did this campaign together.
Back in Calixis, before I was promoted.
Ooh.
Remember that mission I told you about? The one that cost me my arm? It was Emerson who sold us out to the crime syndicate. I was badly wounded in the fight, lying on the floor, barely alive. The rest of the squad had gone to scout the area, and Emerson stayed to guard me. He didn't notice that I was awake. He was talking over the Vox. He kept demanding bigger payment, and when he started giving our coordinates, I shot him in the back of the head. I figured that we weren't making it out of there alive, so I logged my final report, attached my Vox to Galato's collar, and told him to return to the headquarters. Then, I passed out again, and when I came to, I had already been... A special unit. Exaction squads are dispatched to track down and apprehend dangerous criminals. They were investigating Emerson's betrayal, and it had led them... I was right by their contact's corpse. They had to know how I found them out, and what else I knew about them. They tried to beat the answers out of me, tried long and hard. I kept my
Why
mouth
did you have
shut
to say long
because I
like
knew
that,
that the second I started talking, they would dispose of me. I could throw pretty words at you about how I went through the Injunctor card to know my mind, or pray. I kept recalling that bastard's face, and I was put under investigation, but was cleared of the charges and assigned to Piety without Galato. The most corrupt hive world in the Drusis marches. 2 years among the vilest dregs of humanity. It was a test, and I passed. I got my promotion, got Galato back. But after Emerson's betrayal, I was never the same. You understand? It has been gnawing at me for so long. I guess I just needed to hear another human being better. I've been reflecting on the spirit of his law and what the Emperor himself wants for us. If anyone had told me before that I would be thinking about things like that, I probably would have caved their face in. But the truth is, I no longer see heresy in such thoughts. No, it's the opposite. I feel like they bring me close. First, we should establish how the Xenos themselves leave this place and slither their way to the Coronis Expanse to pillage, slaughter, and take prisoners. Once we have that information, we will need to fight up.
Who's a good dog?
May these instructions protect the machine spirits that serve me from the blasphemies of corrupted technology. Reverse analysis is showing the act of sabotage to have been predictable. The directives to interacting with xenoraces warn about non-humans' proclivity for breaching contracts. The data comprehension in progress. The operating principles of xeno-augmetics, while alien to the canon blessed by the Deus Mechanicus, are nonetheless quantifiable. They feed, as parasites do, on my blood and the charge of my potentia coil. I, in turn, feed on them. This statement is partly true. I have introduced protective equations into the algorithmic chain to guard the digital spirit against the corruption of heresy. The xeno-augmetics embedded in my flesh are yet to be comprehended. Strategic recommendation. Analysis has shown that the non-human community is racked by strife. Exploiting the Xenos mutual differences can result in temporary alliances that will provide it. This place is calling out to the Omnissiah for an act of purifying and gracious xenocide. The
Gracious.
spatial disharmony of... May the filters of knowledge I have destroyed it. This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demens, even though purity protocols stipulate that the success has been partial. Demens Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems an echo of the warp. Energies of the immaterium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly
Holy shit, they can
induced
just-
corruption in the archive.
Like, listen to the radio.
Listening to the void is a perilous
Jesus.
occupation.
Yeah.
The quest for knowledge is our mission of highest priority. Whether knowledge can be profane is the grand question. But that is not what I have seen. I have seen knowledge gnaw away at the minds of those who let it inside them. Yet I seek it regardless. Why? Perhaps because there really is no apostasy in knowledge. It is dangerous, yes, but not forbidden. For it was created by the Omnissiah.
Hmm. It has to be one of these. This is too open. That's just a no. Hmm.
There is a threat in everything. A last gun once, but not all that is dangerous is evil. Few will dare say it in so many words. The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. Response? Affirmative. May your...
Lord Captain. I fear, Lord Captain, that without the intervention of an experienced rejuvenate adept, I will not be able... I have not seen her, Lord Captain. But there are times when I think I hear her laughing in the I am sorry to say I do not. No, Lord Captain.
It is possible the Xenos Iliad could tell you something about this place. After all, she is in some way related to its denizens.
Let's see, your ladyship rogue trader, Shireen, bane of my soul and savior of my flesh. Cruel fate has driven us straight into the foulest corner of the galaxy. Home sweet home to the Drukhari scum. So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock. And the core of that... Then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie. But the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the beams of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story. The folks on Footfall are my only family, Shireen. The trickster twins and the rest of the rabble, plain-talking and loyal as dogs. Corporal Haydari reporting for duty, ma'am. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing. What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment... My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard Command, you see. I'd procure things for them. Whatever they wanted. And so the Kasbalika took notice. It was orcs. Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen. Whoop the fu... Never mind. Not once, if you can believe it. By the way, Shireen, I'm not really a princess. I'm filthy underhive scum, and I've been lying to you the whole time. I would have been flung out of your bed so fast, it would take my scream a few seconds to catch up. Really? And you are very, very strange. And I am very lucky. Praise be to the exalted... Don't give me that look, Shireen. The plotting nobles, the scheming footfall thugs, the mysteries of Xeno artifacts, the bowing and scraping before the self-indulgent ecclesiarchy. All that's gone. Everything beyond these walls melted away like a dream. I'm fighting for my life. My soul's being torn to shreds. Sorry, Shireen, but that's not going to work. All the poor wretches on footfall. But thanks for the kind words. It's good to know that my soldier's tongue hasn't scared you off.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like an Irish lady trying to be Spanish or something. But every now and again, it's the way words come out at the end. Just sounds Irish as fuck.
That's a negative, Shireen. Hatching clever plans has been the last thing on my mind recently, you see. But on the bright side, well, that Ashmag Homunculus, may the Ajid devour that black-souled bag of bones, was busy experimenting on me. I managed to nick a couple of trinkets from his laboratory. Sir, yes.
Rogue trader. I have made no attempt to do so. What need do I have to know of the depravity of the enemies of humanity? We would find a way out if we... May Terra's life...
Is that it? Spoken. Any options here? No. How the fuck do I go to the arena?
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
I wonder if I have to talk to Mezaho, whatever the fuck his name is in there.
Patience. Oh, my nerves are frayed.
Oh, you can. You'll be punished again as soon. You notice the roots and Evolution. The skin inventory. Right, now I get to go to the arena. Ulfa.
One step at a time, amidst the madness. You found those people, brought them to the commissar. Okay. Surrounding thickens and pushes. Of course. Holy fuck. Why? She's been nothing but pious. Ooh. I grabbed my weapon and ran to her side because I thought it was my duty to protect the Empress Chosen, and when I didn't. Being a sinister sorceress artifact radiating with profane light. It was a lens like the ones we saw in the Racket system, except it was smaller and far more potent, as I knew as it was really acting to me. The planet where I thought it was the hands of cultists. Ooh. I did not regret killing her, nor do I regret it now Theodore had succumbed to the Archenemy and his dark sorcery. Okay. The ship was merely a result of her feuding over their spoils. Honorable Archmilitant.
Ooh. Ooh. Jeez. Move the lid of the little sacred warrant. You hag! You hag! What an insult to throw. You hag. You appreciated me, she gave me a new life and the voices, but oh, was she fucking grooming her to be something else? Zeta looks at her, she frowns. Something unexpected appears in her eyes, a hint of compassion. The voices. She appreciated me, she gave me new life, and the voices were barely giving me any trouble. But then after I started seeing her in my dreams, and the voices started calling to me day and day. This sounds like you're allowing her to fucking burn her alive. You should not mourn her, and neither should you think that she had a particularly high opinion of you. We were all just tools to her. With Fedora still alive, it would not shield you from the badness. You had better accept that, and not cling to regrets about the past. Salvation always lies in the future. Alright, let's just carry on. Alright, let's fuck some people up in the arena. Now waits you, what's in process space. Get in there, you little fucking snake bitch. He died in two hits. The fuck was that animation? He died in 2 hits. What a fucking bitch. Oh. Who's first? Junta Cabela. Who am I fighting? All of these. Well, there's 2 of the big fuckers, and then there's just Drukhari gladiators.